Yep. Yeah.
And welcome to the Siege. My name is Jason Ives, and this one is Streamer Showdown. It's going to be fun. Who's got volume up? Who's got volume up? It can't be me. Oh, it is me. Imagine that concept.
I called it.
Yeah,
You don't want to sound like
hey,
Jason.
Tim screwed up earlier on. Okay, he let the mics on earlier on. He messed up anyway.
No proof.
Nah, man, that's fair. Folks, thanks for joining us. My name is Jason Ives. We are joined by Mr. Tim Neal, who's not working the cameras really well tonight.
I haven't even had a chance to use them yet.
You know, okay, all righty.
I'll screw them up later. Don't
Sean Green is in the arena because he's going to be playing tonight. Keegan's in the arena because he's going to be your ref tonight. Most importantly, we got the birthday boy sitting right next to me. Mr. Desmond Bauer is joining us. Des, how are you doing, sir?
Doing good. How about you?
Fantastic. Much better now you're here, quite frankly. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your time. You're missing a soccer game to come play tonight, aren't you?
Yep.
Oh, man, that is fantastic. I'm going to inform you of something. How do cows stay informed? The Moose paper. You like that one? That's pretty good. Yeah,
They progressively get worse.
yeah. My
Every
dad jokes
episode.
are really bad dad jokes. All right. So Des is with us tonight. We've got streamers that came in from literally around the world. All right. We got a streamer here from Michigan. We got a streamer here from South Carolina. And we've got a streamer that traveled all the way from Leicester, England. Mr. Craig. Can you pronounce his last name properly?
Lavocah?
Lavocah?
Yeah.
All right. I was going to go with Lavokich. But Lavocah works for me. So there is Craig. You see him on the screen. He traveled all the way from Leicester, England with his beautiful better half, Miss Ellie. She's here with us tonight, too. So we can't thank those guys for making that trip. Now, Des, let's talk about you for the next 10 minutes. All right? First of all, you got a special day coming up Friday. What's happening Friday?
My birthday.
It's your birthday. You're no longer 11. You're going right up to 12. Before you know it, you'll be a teenager. And you're already better than half the people in this house at darts. So congratulations. Des, you are somewhat of a dart phenom. You're located out of Kokomo, Indiana, correct?
Yep.
How often do you play darts per week?
Every day.
Every day. How long do you play for every day?
At least 30 to 45 minutes.
Now, so what kind of board are you playing on? What are you doing to play for that 30, 45 minutes? What are you shooting on?
What am I shooting on?
Yeah, who are you playing against?
Oh, I usually play against at least I find an AI bot that's right above my level,
Okay,
and I do 501 in cricket.
okay. And you do that on a steel tip board?
Yeah.
All right. Now, how often do you get on these streams? Because I've seen you. I actually found you. The very first time I watched you play, you were playing on Ted's stream, I believe, at that point in time. How often do you play on these guys' streams? Because you played on all these guys' streams too, right?
Yeah, I try and do it every week if I'm not busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you have time, if you
Yeah.
can squeeze them in your schedule, I don't blame that whatsoever. Now, you played Craig stream Fatality Games. Right, let's give them a little bit of props because they made it all the way out here. Fatality Games, you're wearing that shirt tonight, right?
Yep.
Because obviously you're biased, but then we're not going to bring that up right now. But you played on Fatality Games first, right? And then Fatality Games said, "Hey, you should check out Ted's stream." Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell me how that goes.
It was kind of weird, like
Okay.
playing against like a person that's like a very much higher level than I am.
Are we talking about Craig or we're talking about Ted? Ted. Okay.
Yeah, he was really good. He destroyed me the first time I played him,
Okay.
and then I kept practicing on the streams, and
Alright.
that made me better.
Well, I will tell you, I haven't seen you in about 6 months, and you are shooting a lot better now than you were 6 months ago, and you were phenomenal 6 months ago. So you are just out of this world. You are shooting fantastic, and I'm so proud. Something happened this last weekend. You want to talk about that, Tim? You got a slide for us?
Yep.
This happened, and now tell us about that, because that was just this last Sunday, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that. Where were you at, and who is that, and how come you don't have my shirt on?
I was at Cleveland, and that's Mr. Keith West.
Mr. Keith West. Now, you played with him last year too, right?
Yes.
And you won it last year.
Yeah.
So you go into it, you're defending champion. Does Keith carry you, or do you carry Keith?
I carry him.
You carry him. All right, that's fair. Nothing wrong with being a little shy about it. So you carry him, and how did you do? Because what are you holding there in your hand?
A first place trophy.
A first place trophy. So you are back-to-back champions
Yes.
at the Cleveland Extravaganza.
Yeah.
You know what that means? It means mom and dad got to drive back up there again next year because you got to go for the triple, right?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Congratulations, young man. That was fantastic. I was proud to see you. And hey, anytime you do something like that, I just want to say I knew you. I knew you when you were 11 and almost when you were 12.
Yeah.
All right? So nothing wrong with that. Have the streams helped you progress? Does it give you motivation to play?
Yeah.
Out of between, now you know these darters, quite frankly, probably better than most, right? Especially Craig and Ted, because you played them so often. Who do you beat most often?
Craig.
Craig? Oh, yeah? Do you beat him most of the time?
Yeah, most of the time.
So if you were to play Craig 10 games, how many would you win?
I say 7.
Oh, yes.
70%.
Oh, I like it. Just keep it up. If you were to play Ted for 10 games,
Right there, I'd say 4.
4?
Yeah.
All right. Well, next time, by the time we do this again and you're almost turning 13, I want that number to be 7 as well.
Yeah.
All right. We got that. All right. Well, congratulations to you. Congratulations on everything that you're doing. And let me just tell you, don't let anybody force you to play darts. You go play soccer if you want to. You go play darts. You do whatever you want to do. All right. You are a fantastic darter. And more importantly than that, you are quite the young gentleman. Your parents have done a fantastic job. And I look forward to meeting your brother Dominic. Is that right?
Yep.
That's good, because I'm going to call you Dominic for the rest of the night by accident. Okay? All right. Let's get to tonight's match. All right? Let's talk about it a little bit. So, Ted and Craig, they got here the day before yesterday. All right? Oh, yeah. No, they got here yesterday, but they got here yesterday evening.
Yeah.
They drove 12 hours to get here. They were beat by the time they get here. All right? They were worn out. And then we took them out last night, and we played in the blind draw. Okay? Today, they did nothing but sleep and rest and eat. All right? So they're pretty well rested. All right? Now, have you seen Sean shoot before?
Yes.
All right? What do you think about Sean? Is he at Ted's level, or is he at more of a Craig level?
He's at Ted's.
He's at Ted's level? All right? Now, you got to watch Lucas shoot a little bit. What'd you think of Lucas and how he shot?
He shot all right.
All right, yeah. Now, Game Time Streaming, that's out of Michigan. They do a fantastic job. Let me just tell you that. They do a great job in what they're doing, and they're coming along really, really strong. So that is where Lucas does the same thing that Sean does for us. He does a little bit of commentary with them. All right? So it's going to be fun to see how the two talkers are going to do against the two streaming darters. All right? It's going to be fun to watch. Who do you think is a favorite between these two teams?
I would think a favorite is Ted and Craig.
Ted and Craig?
Yeah.
Why do you think that they're favorites?
they're more well known, I think.
Okay. A little bit more well known. You think they're more well known than Sean? Yeah, Sean, like the voice of American darts, right? I mean, he's everywhere.
Yeah, he's
USA
everywhere.
Darts, is it CDC? Does a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Even we get him on a Tuesday.
TOC.
Yeah, and there's just a little TOC. All right, so I think Sean's got the strategy advantage. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
But Ted's got a little bit of age, so he's been around a little bit long, a little bit of experience. Obviously, that means nothing because look at how good you are after 2 years. All right,
Yeah.
so we'll see. All right, I need a score prediction from you. So give me the winning team for this match tonight.
I say Sean and Lucas takes 8-7.
Sean and Lucas, 8-7. Way to go. I'm going to go just stop the stream and go tell Ted and Craig that you picked against them. All right, let's do that first. All right, Tim, who are you picking?
I'm taking Craig and Ted 8-5.
That's a pretty big victory you're picking right there. Now, Tim, you're one of the best starters that I know, quite frankly. You got a chance to shoot with these guys. You've shot with Sean a lot. You got a chance to watch Ted and watch Craig shoot a little bit. What did you see? Anything you picked up on?
Ted's consistency and knowledge of the game is pretty good.
Okay.
I see Sean has probably the most knowledge from all the streaming that he does and
Sure.
commentating. He also gets in his head very quickly. So
Okay.
if he can keep a level head, it'll be more competitive than I
All
anticipate.
right.
But I don't know anything about Lucas. I've never seen him throw darts. So,
All right. Well, Lucas is a pretty consistent thrower. I disagree with young Des over here. I think Lucas and Ted are very, very even. And I think Craig and Sean are very, very even. So I'm excited to see how this one's going to go. I'll tell you my score prediction. I'm going to go Ted and Craig. And I'm going to go 8-6. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think they edge it out at the end. Here's what I'm worried about, though, the fatigue factor. All right? Well, I don't know if Ted and Craig are going to start getting a little bit tired. So Craig still has a little bit of jet lag going. So in his world right now, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. All right? So we'll see if he doesn't get tired. We'll see how that goes. What do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah? You ready to watch this?
Yeah.
Should we get him going?
Yeah.
Should we bring Keegan on cam?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Let me give a shout out to our sponsors. Thank you so much. A to Z Darts, Mikey's On the Rock, Sidelines, Hog Rock, Billy O'Neill's with our Bullseye Cam, and Reed Sales up in the Lafayette area. Thank you so much for giving us the ability to do this. Folks, please give us a like and share. Hey, are we ready to do this?
let's do it.
Let's do it. Keegan, what time is it, my friend?
He's a little blurry.
Push it down.
Gentlemen, on behalf of Indie Darts to the Point Streaming, I'm here tonight to bring you all the Siege Dreamer Showdown. In the first leg, it is Ted to throw first, and it's cricket time. All the best, game on!
All right, folks. Sorry about the little blurry screen, and I'm sorry about Sean. Sean acts like he's never seen a camera before. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. This is Ted. His stream is Tripping Darts, shot out of South Carolina. What days do Tripping Darts do?
He does Mondays and Wednesdays.
Mondays and Wednesdays, and what time does he start?
8.
8 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock at night?
8 o'clock at night.
All right, 8 o'clock at night. You can find Tripping Darts on Facebook. Folks, we encourage you to follow all these streams. We're going to talk about each one of them as the night goes on tonight. Ted runs a grand board stream. It's called Tripping Darts. Does a fantastic job. He's getting the grand board lobby. You can certainly play him.
Craig.
There is Craig.
That's one mark.
Craig represents Fatality Darts, shot out of Leicester, England. He plays in his shed. Right? Doesn't even have a garage. Plays out of his shed. Fantastic job. He does a lot of work with the youth out in Leicester, too.
That's a 7 mark.
Look at that. Mr. Sean Green opening up with a 7 mark of his own, showing him how it's done. Way to go, Sean.
Coming in focused.
Now you get a little bit better view of them and how they shoot here as opposed to when you're on the ground board, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We see this always in the first couple of games. We see a little bit of nerves kick in till these guys get comfy and get settled in. This is Lucas. Lucas represents Game Time Streaming. He's a commentator for Game Time Streaming. Shot out of Michigan. They do weekly. They do about 3 to 4 weekly events out of Michigan. They do it very similar to how we do it, where they have a commentary crew. They feature a lot of ladies on their stream, which I love. This is a fantastic stream up there.
That's a 3 mark.
Solid 3 there from Craig.
Shout out to Mike Hayes, sending in some stars. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate you, sir.
I think talking in the background.
That's a 4 mark.
Yep. Well, Sean's opened up with a 7 mark and a 4 mark. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, their team is shooting a 3-5 right now.
Yep. And coming out of the gate strong.
Ted and Craig need to step it up a little bit.
Well, we shot with Ted last night, and I was impressed about how accurate he is. And I feel pretty good about when he settles in.
I think once he finds his footing and where he has to place his foot,
yep,
he'll be in. Like right now, he's just off just a little bit.
Des, when you shot here, how long did it take you to get comfy out there and shooting? Did it take a game or two, or?
Yeah, it took about until the second leg. I got settled in.
Big shout out to Sean Calhoun sending in 100 stars. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you, my friend. Bud Crystal watching along with us from home. Thank you, sir. Pleasure to have you along with us, Bud.
I don't know. None of these people are popping up on mine.
I want to reset your little phony thingy over there. Yeah. Miss Bear in the chat. The Outlaw, Paul Rogers in the chat. How you doing, Paul? Thanks for joining us tonight. It's wonderful to have you. All right, Ted needs to get these guys back in this game. They're down a few wedges, down a few points as well.
I'd like to give a happy 12th birthday to my daughter Eliana, who's in the building as well.
Yes, happy birthday, Miss Eliana. We got a lot of 12 a lot of people turning 12 around here lately.
That's a 7 mark.
That's a big 7 mark right there. That's going to get him right back in and get that point lead for him. Here is Lucas. He's going to step up to the arc. He finds himself behind in points, but up in wedges.
Ted made that slight adjustment on his feet placement. He was over a little bit more.
Yep.
Locked in on the 18.
That's a 2 mark.
What do you think of the switch there? He went from 17 straight up to 18s to continue scoring. Do you like that, Des?
Well, he was trying to close the 18.
You trying to close up on the 18s there, buddy?
Yeah, I like that. That's what I usually do. I try and really much close, and then I go for points. I know a lot of people don't think that way. Yeah. But it's just what I'm better at.
And I think that'll change as your opponents change over a period of time, too. I think you'll find.
It's a 1 mark.
So 1 mark there for Sean, but a big close previous to that from Craig. Ted's looking to close the 19s now.
Now go back up to the 18.
Yeah, he stayed down on the 19s. Unfortunately, only able to get 1 mark. Surprised he didn't go back up for points there. With Lucas, mission number 1's got to be to close that 18, you think? No, he's going to go points. Does he stay there or does he go up? He did go up, and he fell short.
It looks like Lucas is very comfortable at the bottom of the board. He closed those 17s, and then when he went right to the 15 at that point instead of going up to the 18.
Well, and he leans forward a lot when he shoots, and so when he throws a dart, there's very little arc on it. He shortens that distance between him and the dartboard, takes out the arc of the dart, and just really throws a line drive. Big 4 mark there from Craig. That 18 still dangling open.
That's cool. Craig, all the way in England, rocking a D80 jersey from
Lavocah.
It's pretty cool.
Indeed, he does actually sponsor that stream as well.
He set up on the soft tip line. He's not used to having a Hockey.
Yeah, Ted, you can hear him talk to himself a little bit. Not happy with his game right now. He's struggling with the bottom side of the board. Had some success on the top side right here.
I think he's going to
Ted's going to
have a different placement, whether he's on the bottom of the board versus the top.
We just realized he was shooting from the bull shooter line the whole time.
Yeah. Now these guys realize they can actually stand a little bit closer to the board, and that's changing everything for them.
That's a 2-mark.
Tell me you don't play steel tip, but tell me you don't.
Yeah, really.
You all are in your own world. Everyone knows you.
Nah, this is Craig. Pronounce his last name again for me there, Des.
Lavocah.
Lavocah. Out of Leicester, England. His stream is the Fatality Games. You can find it on Facebook. Please, folks, if you so inclined, please give him a like, give him a follow. What nights does he stream?
He streams mostly Friday nights and sometimes Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. I know he does a lot of work with the with certain youth academies. He's involved with Gray's Darts and another dart company out there that he does some work with the youth academies for him.
It was really cool. He Gray's Darts actually supplied him and Ted custom set of darts for.
So
that was pretty cool.
All right. Well, I follow Gray's Darts on Facebook. My name is Jason Ice. Please feel free to send me as many as you want.
That may be another, like, Ted's throwing brand new darts, too.
Yeah, and that could affect
he
him.
Just got them. So.
Well, and early this morning we had Christmas here, and I gave them both a set of the Siege darts.
And that's what
a
Craig's
7-mark.
Yeah.
Ooh, big 7-mark.
That's a huge 7-mark there from Lucas. And we got quite a game. What are those averages reading right there, Timmy?
We got Craig and Ted shooting a 2-4, and Sean and Lucas throwing a 2-6.
Yeah, it's not bad at all in steel.
They've come down a little bit, but
That's a 3-mark.
So Craig and Ted have gone up, and Sean and Lucas have slacked off a little bit.
That's a 2-mark.
Yeah, you good.
Ted's going to need to find his footing for these lower side of the board.
Well, do you close out the 17s here? He's going right at the bull. We got a bullseye cam. Let's go to that Billy bull cam.
Billy O'Neill's Billy's bull cam.
That's a 2-mark right there.
I was anticipating him to close the 17 first.
Yeah. Now, would you, Des, right here, do you go 17s? Do you get more points, or do you go up with the bullseyes?
Me personally, I would go 17s first. I'm usually my number is 8. My favorite numbers are 18, 17 in cricket.
Okay.
And with me mostly playing soft tip, I'm used to the bullseye, so I can just get that out.
Yeah, very smart move.
Let's get rid of the 17.
All right. 3-3 on bulls.
Let me give a shout out to Travis watching along with us in the chat. Travis saw Travis again last night. He's a fantastic shot right there.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
I was surprised to see him last night.
Yeah, they drove down from Mishawaka. I'm pretty sure it was drove down to come see Sean, but quite frankly, it was Bobby, Craig, and Ted. Just like the guest host who wears Craig and Ted's shirt.
That's just on the actually hitting 15s right now.
No score.
No score right now. No.
That's a close-up barrel of the Gray's Darts, custom-made dart.
It's essentially 3-3 in bullseyes right now. Let's see who can hit the first 3. They win this first leg.
That might be a tough blocker.
Yeah, that could be a tough one for him. There's nowhere else to go.
That's a blocker dart there.
Yeah.
No score.
Oh,
On top of it, man.
Go back to that Billy's bull super bullseye cam. Oh, he dropped.
Yeah, good to see Craig smile a little bit there.
Craig throwing the Siege 1 barrel.
That's a 1-mark.
Yep. All right, can we turn up Dez's mic a little bit?
He's one. He's up pretty high. So if you want to pull it a little closer to the
There you go.
All right.
There's one by Sean.
That's a 1-mark.
So Ted needs 2 here to take the first set, or first leg.
And he was beating up on the bullseye last night. That's the first one. Another bull wins it for him. There it is.
To Craig and Ted.
All right, we're going to switch right over from cricket to 0-1. Des, let me ask you something. When you playing these guys on the stream, are you predominantly playing 0-1 or are you predominantly playing cricket?
I'm pretty good at 0-1.
Okay. Do you prefer to play 0-1?
Yeah.
Okay. What about these guys? Do they have a preference when you're playing them? Do you sense from them that they're trying to play something a little bit different?
Yeah, Ted, he is usually a cricket player.
Okay.
And Craig is mostly a 0-1 player.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
I've noticed Ted and Craig picked up the fist bump pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't take much time. All right, here is Sean Green.
Rocking the Siege V2 jersey brought to you by Magic Wear.
Yep, exact same one that I'm wearing today. Big shout out to Magic Wear for all their sponsorship and all that they do to help us get this, bring this show to you every Tuesday night.
Shout out to Winmore sponsoring the boards and giving us the Blade 6.
Absolutely. You guys, you'll see our sponsors on your main screen there. Please, if you have the opportunity, please visit them and mention that the Siege sent you. We need to keep all of them, and we need to keep paying for this stream.
Yeah, there's a big tournament down at Hog Rock this weekend.
42.
Yeah.
It's a 120 cap.
Nice.
Game time amusements.
I see they're starting up that Bar Wars tournament.
That's
So,
a league.
yeah, the league.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. They always had fun doing that.
60.
Ted showing off a little consistency there, right with the 3 single 20s. And what you'll see out of Sean, I've had the pleasure of playing Sean almost weekly here. He'll hit a ton 20 or he'll hit 26. All right.
Or a 6.
Or 6. Yeah. Yeah, Sean puts a lot of pressure on himself when he's shooting darts at times.
Yeah, my fear is
16.
he can compound his stress when he has those bad darts, and he can't
Yep.
let them go.
Yeah, it can build up on him at times. Like everything in life, people improve over a period of time. Let's see if we can see some improvement out of Sean from that tonight. He's certainly shooting some quality darts. He has every availability to match it. And you'll see scores like this where these guys are right in it. Anybody could win this one right now. It's going to be a close one. Please, folks, stay with us all night long. Give us a like. Give us a share. We are just happy to have you.
So Stephen Parks said Ted doesn't play steel tipper. He's a soft tipper.
41.
Now, Ted, he's like a lot of us older guys. We started out playing steel and played a lot of steel, and then as soon as we realized we didn't have to do the math, if we played soft tip, we switched right over.
30.
All right, Sean shooting with a little bit of pace now. It's when these guys get in a rhythm is when we start seeing some fantastic darts out of them.
40.
Oh, that's an unlucky. That's almost a really nice cover shot there from Craig.
So Desmond, when you're playing 0-1 like this, when do you start thinking about your outshot?
Really, like, to be honest, when I don't know the out, I've tried to come up with different ways.
27.
Have you seen the video online with Stephen Bunting? I highly recommend looking it up because he starts thinking about his outshot after he throws his first 3 darts. So he says if he hits a 59 and he puts himself at 142, if he hits a 180 after that, he doesn't have an outshot. So if he goes down and shoots the 95 or the 133, so he puts himself in a position to have an
81.
outshot.
Yeah.
That's a big round by Ted right there, putting them first to the out. Sean's going to need a ton plus here to get them to the out too. That's not going to do it with that first dart right there.
46. Greg, you require 139. single 7. Yes, sir. Uh, 19.
All right, not a big score there, but a nice lead for Ted from a standpoint. Everybody loves a 120 out, just Shanghai on the 20s. This is Lucas here. Going to try and get his team down to an out. That's going to be crucial. Going to need a couple of those.
Let's stay up top.
No, that's not going to be good enough. 199 still not looking at an out.
120.
One thing that I'm seeing is they're like talking bad about, like, when they have bad rounds, they're talking to themselves. They're just getting in their head. That's one thing I do not recommend doing, because that's just going to throw your game off.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. You got to keep those positive thoughts going. There's nothing you can do to change something that's already happened. This looks to be a better round from Sean right here.
47.
Well, they are sitting on an out now. A little bit higher, but they are sitting on an out. All right, Craig, looking at a 60. Single 20. Ooh.
45.
That's difficult, right? Might have rushed that second dart a little bit.
45 left.
20. Leaves a 40.
Leaves a 40. Leaves a great out for Ted to take advantage of here.
You require 152. $43.
All right. Getting a little bit closer and a little bit closer.
You require 40.
Well, we all know that this can go wrong if you go inside on the 20. Let's see what he does here. Looking at that bit. First dart. Ted and Craig take a 2-0 lead. Uh-oh. Yeah, Ted came in clutch on that one. Craig just calling him out for it.
All right, third leg this time. It's Ted to throw first.
And that was a break of throw.
All the best game out.
2 legs, the nil lead.
Des, what are you saying to your partner right now? If you're on Lucas and you're Sean, what are you saying to each other right now? You find yourself down 0-2 really early.
100.
Just say, like, brush off the bad rounds and the bad legs that we've had.
Yep, focus on the darts that are ahead of you. Look at this from Lucas.
100.
All right, he's got a
Great
ton of
shot.
his own. That's a great shot right there. Keeping him right in it.
$45.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Like cough up a lung.
Makes for good content.
All right, Sean, just looking to match that 45 right here.
11.
Now, Desmond, what's next on the pipeline for you tournament-wise? Where are you looking to go?
Either I'm thinking about going to the Music City Classic in Nashville. The one tournament that's in North Carolina, I forgot what it's called.
Cherry Bomb?
55.
Cherry Bomb, I think, is in Florida.
Cherry
Yeah.
Bomb from Florida.
I don't see it.
Yeah, and also Cherry Bomb.
How about giving a big shout out to your mom and your dad that have to drive you there and get you there, huh?
Yeah.
And they spend all that time watching you play. I know they're very, very proud of you and your brother.
45.
Yes.
But it's a lot of expense and getting you there and getting you back. So I always appreciate that, my friend. Have you found any places where you can go shoot out of yet?
Not around here, no.
No? Well, you're welcome here at the Castle anytime, my friend.
Yeah, the only place around here is the bars, but I can't get in there.
37.
Yeah, well, not too long. Just a short 9 years away, right?
Yeah.
We'll get you there.
I wonder
Yeah.
if there's a way to set up a youth league up north, like Fisher's area. I don't know how close that is to. Because
Yeah.
doesn't the
55.
American Legion, like the boards are away from the bar?
They're separate in a separate room from the bar. So I mean, you could certainly set up a soft tip there, but it's fine enough people to make it something that's advantageous for those playing. me give a shout out to Nick Logsons sending in 200 stars. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you, my friend.
Yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to my whole family, my parents, my brother, my grandparents. I know they're watching. Also my friends Isaiah and Jacob from school. I told them about this today.
Oh, yeah? You think they're watching too?
Yeah, I saw Isaiah in the chat. So.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, folks. I'd like to know I'm cool with this with the 6th graders. It'll be the first time I'm actually cool with the 6th graders, to be honest with you.
Because they don't know you.
Yeah, I'm sure. Big dart right there from Mr. Sean Green. Solid 85 scored.
99.
Brings him right back into it.
Does he go 19 tops?
We seen him hit tops with 1 dart last time. Let's see if he does it this time.
Yeah,
oh, yep.
I know the White Horse Pub down
81.
here in south side of Indianapolis. Kids can play
Lucas,
in
you
there.
require
Yeah.
That's a little far.
156.
Yeah. Luke looking at this 156 right here. At this point, just trying to get some pressure on this 18. This double 9 from Craig.
If I was working with Lucas, I would try to keep him from moving his head and body after every single dart.
Yeah.
78.
That's a good last dart right there. Splits that right down the middle. 78 left for Sean, but Craig's looking at this
That's
9.
a good marker.
That's game
There
shot.
you go.
To Ted and Greg.
He used that marker dart, slammed right
Yep.
into it.
That's a great
All
out right there.
Final leg before we get to singles action. This time we got Lucas throwing first. Well, the best game on.
All right, Lucas and Sean just need to get a game on the board before it gets out of hand right here. Let's make this a leg, because after this leg, we're going to go to singles. And we know that singles can really turn the tide.
Right. Before we go there, we're going to have a quick little ad read.
Yeah, we'll do a little ad read. I've even written it out in hand. Can you read my writing, Desmond?
It's hieroglyphics.
I mean, you know.
Well, he definitely can read it because he's left-handed also.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
All
fair.
3 of us.
Yeah. Well, this show brought to you by the Left-Handers Club.
60.
Yep, I hear it.
Couldn't tell if that was a 1 or not.
Kill me.
We're kicking Jason off. He's got to go fix something. You can probably hear slightly in the background
7.
some tunes that shouldn't be on. So usually they don't. Usually that doesn't get picked up. So Jason's going to come in and mess up his throw.
45.
Nice 45 there by Craig. Oh, Jason's coming back.
All right, sorry about that, folks. If I have to change my name on Facebook next week, we all know why.
75.
You didn't hear it until that. Just all of a sudden.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere.
It's like they went up and turned it up because they wanted to hear it better.
Yeah. All right, big 75 visit there from Lucas.
He's just hugging that wire, man.
All right, now decent score from Sean right here. Really puts him in control in this game. Well, that's not going to do it for him. We're essentially tied at this point. Only 7 points separate them. These guys finding a lot of 5s right now.
45.
Shout out to Adam Kleinfelder watching along with us. What's going on, sir? Pleasure to have you. Shout out to Sean Rosner, everybody in the chat. Thanks, sir. I appreciate you guys being here.
76.
Beckham Neal tuning in.
Big-
Skip Whitlock.
Big 76 there from Lucas.
Skip Whitlock said Jackson Ives next week.
Yeah, that'll be what's coming. Once again, they're finding 5s. Now, I will say that Ted and Craig have been shooting darts on and off since this morning.
81.
You might see a little fatigue start to creep in with those guys.
Paul said that's typical of Craig hitting the fives.
Big darts here for Sean. See what he's got.
95.
95 scored. There you go. Big yell of relief there from Sean.
He almost got a triple.
Yeah.
He almost hit triple digits, baby.
You know, well, the key, Sean's been on a siege 3 times previously. He's never hit a double to finish a game yet.
39.
We'll see if we can't break that streak tonight. All right, need another big score in the 70s here from Lucas. Get him down to an out. Let's see what he can do.
It would have been a funny joke if we got the board that has the double size triples and double size doubles.
That's right. All right, so they are sitting on an out. I've seen Sean take a 132 out before.
Probably did it to you.
He did. He had a shot at it last night, hit the first 2 darts. That's a big dart right there from Ted.
81.
Made it even.
Yep, boarded bound to a 2-dart combination,
Sean,
but
you require 132.
Sean looking at a 132. It's crucial right here, even if you don't hit it, to set your partner up well.
29.
That wasn't ideal.
Craig, you require 110.
Not ideal on that one, but Craig looking at a 110 here. Let's see how he's going to address. He's going to go right at the 20s first, down to 90 now.
He'll
Trip
stay on
18.
20.
He's going to stay up there.
85.
32.
That's an interesting 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're
Lucas, you
rushing the
require
darts a little bit.
103.
Like,
I understand staying at the 20 when you're on 90 with 2 darts left in your hand. But once you miss that again, you just shoot the triple 15 and leave top.
Yeah. And then if you miss into the single, you can still leave a good out for your partner.
45.
45 scored.
yeah, not bad. Leaving a 58, a 2-dart combination for Sean, but
78.
let's see what Ted can do with this 78.
Triple 18, double 12.
There's a trip 18, double 12.
Double 6. We don't have that one.
Oh, just on the inside.
Now this is going to be interesting if Sean doesn't take this 58 out.
Sean, you require 58.
All right, 18 tops. 17 tops. There's 17. He's going to have a dart at it.
38.
Oh, right there.
Crack the wire.
Yeah.
Craig, you require 6.
Oh, look at Craig. First dart. And that's 4 to zip.
Now, so here's the thing: is Sean starting to think about his
All right,
second
hit
whitewash?
singles.
Yeah,
The
that's
first time he
it.
played, he got whitewashed.
All right, we're going to go to singles, and we're going to go to a quick ad, folks. Stay right with us here.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back while Keegan sets up the board for us.
Armor up and get your wallets ready. Our May Dart of the Month is here, featuring all shot warrior darts. Enjoy popular 90% tungsten models like Taiyaha and Awe, or more budget-friendly options like Tipu and Hautoa for 15% off all month long. Each barrel is inspired by the Maori people of New Zealand, milled with intricate designs to match their rich culture. You can also get a chance to win your color choice of a Shot Slim tactical dart case in red, blue, black, or pink with our monthly raffle. How do you enter? Just purchase our May Dart of the Month special and you'll automatically get entered. The giveaway ends June 1st, so don't miss out on your chance for free stuff. Tap the banner on our homepage at a2zdarts.com to shop the Dart of the Month. And don't worry, we ship internationally. Best of luck to everyone.
All right, we're back at it. Check out all the new A to Z Darts May Dart of the Month special for 15% off your next Shot Warrior dart set. Don't you see those darts? They look pretty smooth, huh? They were engraved. Plus, you can enter to win that monthly raffle for the chance to win an awesome prize. Just tap the banner on their homepage. That's A to Z Darts at a2zdarts.com.
And that's a-zdarts.com.
Yeah, please, guys, join, buy and visit our sponsors. Do whatever we can to keep these guys rolling, keep these guys sponsoring. You'll find that all these streams have their own sponsors, too. Please visit their sponsors. It's one of the biggest ways that you can support us, is letting our sponsors know that you're there because they support the streams.
Yeah, I would have rather
That's
seen
one.
Sean go over to the 18 there because he already has a wedge.
Yeah.
You missed a 20, just move over.
Well,
DoTM.
in Sean's a little bit in his head right now, in his own head, but a victory right here would change everything for him. You see Craig going right back up at points.
That's a 4 mark.
He's learned the cricket game pretty
Yep.
quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's probably a product of him playing a lot of Americans on his show.
Well, you know, and we have certain traditions here at the castle
That's a
that
3 mark.
whenever Sean shows up, we usually play 3 games together and just talk about the show that's coming up that night. And I will tell you, Sean is a terrific player when the cameras are not on him, all right, which is somewhat ironic. But he does play some fantastic darts. He pushes me all to the edge, and quite frankly, has got several winning streaks against me. He's a really good darter. Something happens when the lights come on and the cameras come on.
That's a 2 mark.
Until he settles down, you'll start seeing some skillful darts. He pulls back close with the point level right there. I feel like he's starting to throw with a little bit more confidence now.
That's a 2 mark.
And these guys going to start blowing back and forth, trying to build that point lead on it. If you're joining us from England tonight, thank you for doing that, number 1. Number 2, this is a game called cricket. You have to get 3 marks and all the numbers that you see down the center of the scoreboard there.
No worries.
I'm surprised it hasn't really taken off over there because, like, even like when the pros play it,
Yep.
they say they enjoy it because it's more strategy.
And Craig is able to close the 19s down there and goes over to the 18s. So Sean's going to have to break in a new wedge. He's going to be looking up at the 18s. Oh, he closes the 20s. Look at that.
6 mark.
Big 6 mark there for Sean Green. Closes down the wedges, brings him back to within 7 points. What's Craig going to do right here? Is he going to go up for the 18s? He did go up to the 18s.
One more.
That's a 2 mark.
He becomes pot committed after that first one. That was a big close. What do you say there, Des?
Yeah. I'll say confidence is key.
Yeah, it is. And you feel like Sean's throwing a little bit more
unlucky.
confidence.
You can see the hole in the triple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Pick it up. Put it right in that hole.
And that was Keegan's finger.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a 4 mark.
All right, Craig able to close and put some wedges on. Now, Sean's going to have a choice here.
I
He
would
does.
close the 17.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does he take a dart of the 17s? He closes the 15s.
Now close 17.
That's a 6 mark.
Oh,
That's one of them weird where you're a tweener. You don't know if you go 15 or 17,
Yep.
so you hit 2.
You change your mind on your backstroke. Big 6 mark there from Sean, though. Does take the point lead.
That's a 1 mark.
All right. Sean still has that point lead, but he does have that 17 open. Needs to close that first. That's got to be mission number 1 here.
That's a 1 mark.
There you go.
Squeezes it in.
Yeah, got it in that last one at all accounts. All right, Craig behind by 4 points. He's going to be forced to look at the 16s.
So the world wants to know, Lucas Verwey, did you shave your legs for this?
Well,
That's a 1 mark.
It's an
the world wants to know.
An interesting question.
Yeah.
One thing I'd say about Sean is when he's throwing the dart, do not overthink the dart.
Yep.
That's a 4
Because
mark.
that's just going to throw it off.
That's a good. I thought he knew he was stuck in the corner
Yeah.
there. If he would have threw, he would have knocked it out.
Big darts there from Mr. Green as he kisses his darts in the background.
Oh, he's just closing. I'm not a fan
That's
of
a
this.
3 mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess they're not that. He's not that far away. Now, if I'm Sean, I throw at the bull and then go right to 15. Now
Yep.
go 15. Not the 6.
No score.
oh, unfortunate right there for Sean.
He's not following through. He's real lazy with it.
Yep. Well, he's probably trying to get himself to relax a little bit.
That's a 2 mark.
That's 2 mark there for Craig. Sean still has those 15s to go to if he needs to. Holds a 19-point lead right now. Now he went to the 15s.
That's a 2 mark.
There you go. Another point would, or another 2 points, add another couple of bulls to it. Right now he's only up by 1.
That's a 2 mark.
And Craig goes over to try and shut down that 15 route.
Does.
He does do that successfully.
And we're at the Billy O'Neill's Billy Bull. Billy O'Neill's Pub and Eatery also is kid-friendly, I believe.
No score.
No, unfortunately not. I think over in there's a certain section that they can close off to become kid friendly. But
Okay.
Yep. There's a good look at the Siege 1 flights right there.
Barrels, but yes.
Barrels right there.
All right, so it's
3-2.
Sean needs to get it in here. Follow through.
That's a one.
There you go. There's the first one. Broke that seal on it. So we're now looking at 2-2 here.
So is it going to be 4-1 or is it going to be 5-0?
Yep. Sean really needs this victory for his team.
Oh, that was a bad kiss. I did recommend to Craig
That's
and
one mark.
Ted that they
dart
should
is in no
use
man's
the
land,
sandpaper
buddy.
and scuff off that
Yeah.
chrome coating.
Always encourage that with brand new darts. Just scuff them up a little bit. Get them to grip.
If it's the chrome points, absolutely. Throw it, Sean. Throw it.
No
He
score.
didn't throw it.
Yeah.
He didn't even get set that time. How would you explain that to Sean that he's not following through or he's not letting go? Like how, Desmond? What would you say to him?
No score.
I would say just like again with like the overthinking. Don't overthink the dart, or else get mad at yourself, and then that's when just your whole game's gonna throw off. You're not throwing with like a purpose.
He's not throwing the dart. He's trying to place it in the
Yes.
bullseye.
You can't round out.
Happy to see Craig and Ted got a lot of support on the chat. Nizzle Bo Dizzle saying hello to everybody. Thank you for doing that. Mark McFadden in the chat. How you doing, Mark? Great to see you.
Outside of it. No score.
Big Money McFadden from New York. Also Colonial sponsored.
Yep.
You can get his darts over at a-cdarts.com.
I like this from Sean here. Step back, reset. Every dart matters. You can win it with one. Ooh, it's unlucky right there. Kind of kissed off that first dart.
Watching Sean too much.
No score.
There you go. Well, someone's got to win it.
All right. Big double, first dart. Let's go. He's getting visibly
No
frustrated.
score.
Yep. And that'll happen.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone over and just grabbed a steel set, a heavier set of darts.
No score.
Hey, Craig's only one bull away, and he's not finding it himself right here.
That's what I'd recommend to Sean because he's not throwing the dart hard.
Yeah.
And he really needs to when he's throwing a soft tip.
No score. And that's game shot.
There you go. And
It
that's
was-
unlucky.
It was
To
the
Craig.
camera angle.
Yep, that's what it was. Just needed a different camera angle. Big shout out to Craig right there taking that singles match. All right, Lucas.
Give me Lucas. Give me Ted.
Let's get you on the board, my friend.
You got it.
Then Sean Rosner tuning in.
Yeah, big shout out to Al in the chat with us, watching along. Kyrie watching along with us. It's great to have you guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. A lot of you in the chat tonight. We're just overjoyed to have everybody here at the castle shooting tonight, and overjoyed to have you all in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us.
So I know Kyrie's jersey for his painting company came out and gotten rave
All right.
reviews.
Yeah.
Everyone- Eliana wants one.
Oh, really? He wants a palm tree.
All the best. Game on.
Big shout out to Eliana, her birthday today. I know
about
Tim
Mabel?
shouted her out.
I did.
But Ed Baker sending in 100 stars. Thank you, Edward. Hope everything is good with you, my friend. Who do you like in this game so far, Desmond, between Ted and Lucas?
I like Ted. He got comfortable and is throwing pretty good right now.
I'm going to go against the grain here. I think this is where they pick up their first win. Let's see if Lucas can show us something here.
Said Lucas is really going to need to be consistent on the top of the board because he was not that in the last cricket match he played.
That's a good miss right there on the 18s.
If you're going to miss by 2.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing wrong with that. Rosner was doing that all night long last night.
Carrying you?
Yeah, well, you know.
So, who knocked you out?
Mark Mackey.
Mackey got the bounty?
Yeah, Mackey got the bounty in the end. Lost to him in the finals.
That's one mark. Maybe a tiny notch.
Monsters player, Lucas Verwey. I like that. Monsters. Kind of rolls off the tongue. You've said it a few times.
I'll give you that. Hopefully that doesn't.
Al, we need to get you over here at the castle, my friend. Get you shooting.
I'm sure Dad will come out here. All right, go ahead. Sorry, Jason.
What am I doing? What went wrong?
They turned up the
music.
The music box.
I
guess the silence was deafening.
The 2 mark. This is the part of the stream where if the commentators haven't talked about it, they'll plug the stars.
Well, Keegan doing our job for us at this point in time. Curacao, baby. Big shout out for Jawan Latham. Thanks for joining us, Jawan. Appreciate you being here, watching these darters. All of them. You know, I did total it up. If you include Craig's 4,000-mile trip, the combined mileage to get here tonight was almost 6,000 miles that all these 4 competitors made to get here. So a big shout out to those guys. A big thank you to everybody watching. A big thank you to all the sponsors, and big shout out to everybody. It's a pleasure to have you.
Did you add Sean's 25 miles?
Well, you know. Ted doing some closing right there.
Other than you, I probably had the shortest distance to get here.
Yeah, I had to come downstairs. It was terrible. I took a break halfway down. All right, Lucas right here. This could be a turning point. He's way behind in points. Going to need some 18s. He's got 2 on the board right now. They're closed. Let's point him.
I wish he wouldn't move his head like that.
Yeah. He's trying to look around the dart, see if you can see that trip. At that point in time, just step back and reset your body.
Just throw at the back of the dart. Don't even look at the board at that point.
Dad right here looking to do some damage. Does he go to point now? Or does he stay on the 18s? He stays on the 18s. All right, now this is Lucas's opportunity. Get 3 right here. You can put yourself right back in the match. A trip right here would be a beautiful thing.
I'd close the 19 now.
Yep.
Regardless.
It looks like he is switching. No, he's staying up there. He did hit 3 of them.
Yeah, there, a single doesn't help him, but closing the 19 helps more than having that single.
Still looking at a 22-point difference. Ted's going to be looking to close the 18s himself. Does that with the first dart. Where's he going to go now? Is he back to points or is it 2 17s? He's going back at points. And he is able to pick up 1, so that's going to give him a 41-point lead here. Lucas still got that 19 open. He needs to waste a dart and close that with 1 dart, but he's looking at 17s.
And he's been very good at the bottom of the board.
Yeah, he has. Well, he leans forward a lot more when he's shooting the bottom side of the board, and that helps his...
Get rid of the 19.
Yep, just get rid of it.
That's a 4 mark.
Yeah, okay. Would you have gotten rid of the 19? Do you, at that point in time, Dez, or do you stay on the 17s and just continue to point because you're behind?
I would go for the 19s.
You'd go for the 19s just to shut it down? Would you do it first dart, or you tend to do it third dart?
First dart.
First dart?
First dart.
Yep.
I'm in the same thinking. When you're that close in points, get rid of it, and then hope you can hit a 4 or 5 or a 4 or 6. What your next 2 on the 17.
Shout out to Miss Megan Green, watching along with us in the chat, watching her husband Sean shoot some wonderful darts tonight. There it is again, that big trip 17. Now close that 19. Or throw it off the board. He's going to be disappointed with himself with that last dart especially. But he does hold a nice point lead here, 27 points. Ted's going to be looking at the 19s, needs 2 of them to get that point lead back. That's kind of a blocker for that trip there, the way that angled in over the 7. Oh, he's managed to hit it, drills it down below, kind of flew in underneath that dart. It's a great dart right there. It takes a 30-point lead back at him. We've seen Luke hit that trip 17 with consistency here. Oh, and
Al said Lucas with the fresh shaved head.
Me, apparently, jeez. Stop throwing it at me. I'm just sitting here doing nothing.
Keegan does a little bit of his own commentary as we go along.
We should put another light in front of him. So
yeah.
When we need a break, we just turn the light on.
Yeah, sure turn to talk.
He can talk while he's doing it.
Ted really close on that trip 17 there. He steps over.
Have Keegan do the one-man show.
That's right.
No score.
Could you keep score, commentate, and referee the match at the same time? We're going down to the pub.
Don't forget the sponsors.
Yeah.
Big shout out to A to Z Darts, Reed Sales, Hog Rock Cafe, Sidelines, Magic Wear, On the Rocks, and Billy O'Neill's for the bullseye.
Look at that from Lucas. He closes down that 19 finally and takes that wedge lead on the 17. Also's got a point lead here. Small though it may be, it is a point lead, and that's all that matters. Ted's going to be working on the 16s here.
I'm hoping it gets down to it. I'm kind of excited for the double in, double out match.
Right on the wire.
Trip 8 wire.
All right.
Have that conversation.
Yeah, we can have that conversation right after the match there, Lucas. So let's go back to playing darts. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's a commentator, just like Sean. Likes to have a little chat. Nothing wrong with that at all.
I really like this. I would have stayed there all 3 darts at 17.
And he went back. He did go back to it on that 3rd dart.
No problem, sir.
They seem to be throwing darts at Keegan a little bit more often now.
Maybe Keegan probably moved.
All right, Ted, looking over the 16s, that's a brilliant first start. That's going to give him the point lead. He's going to stay right there.
That's a 6 mark.
That's
darts.
huge.
Great darts.
Yep, that's fantastic darts right there. Going to force Lucas to go back to the 17s. He's had luck with that trip 17, especially on the first start. Let's see if he can do it again. That is called a commentator's curse.
No, the curse if you would have missed the wedge.
3 mark.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the 222.
Doesn't get him back to the point mark, so Ted's going to have to make a decision here. Is he going to shoot 17s to shut down that door, that point-scoring door, or is he going to go back to 16s and just increase his point lead?
Yeah,
He's 17s on first start. Closes that down.
Got a notification. We got a new follower. Whoever it was, thank you.
I appreciate you.
That's a 5 mark.
Oh, that's good darts right there.
Great
Solid
darts,
5
big
mark.
darts.
Yep. Really puts Lucas back in the corner now. He's going to have to work on 15s. He finds himself behind in points.
Sean Green's watching. Thanks for all your support, Sean.
That's a 1 mark.
I did get 1 mark, which not really going to do him much good right here. Ted's going to be looking to close the 15s. Let's see if he builds points afterwards.
Heather Rosala cheering on Ted. Let's go, Ted. That's a tribute.
Oh, that's a great dart right there. Now we're going to go to the bullseye cam. This is the Billy Bull.
That's a 4 mark.
Billy's bullseye cam.
Great darts.
You know, and these guys, they may be down 4-0. They may be down 5-0 here before we know it, but they've been in every match. They've had darts to win it. The moments in the game when the tide could have turned.
No score.
Just needs 2.
There's one.
There
you go. That's 2. Uh-oh.
It's a 10.
Great darts.
And there's a double just for giggles.
Yeah.
All right, look at you.
All right, we're going to go back to 0-1 here. All 4 players involved.
All right, Ted's going to start off.
I'd say
no, it should be Lucas. He didn't fix the board yet.
Like,
yeah.
if you're down, just remember the game's not over yet, and you can still come back.
Exactly. And we've seen comebacks of 6 matches before, or 6 legs before, happen on the Siege.
Yeah.
You know, if you just start winning the first 1 or 2, then you can really get yourself rolling here. Let's hope we see that.
Just like my match, we were down 4-0, and we tied it back up to 4-4.
There you go.
On the 7th flag of 0-1, and
I think the way to get back on track is not so much pressuring yourself to get higher points.
Alrighty.
But focusing on
In
your
the
throw and your
7th
technique and be
flag, this
consistent.
time it's Ted to throw first. We're back to singles 0-1 or
doubles
open and out. Okay. All the best. Game out.
Well, I'd like to see Sean especially kind of slow down a little bit when he walks up to that line.
22.
All right, not a great start there. This is this is where the door opens. This is a little bit of an opportunity. Let's get a big number on the board right here, Lucas. I like this.
If I was his partner, I would say, hey, just throw the 19.
Yeah,
Throw it
throw it down.
Throw it at the bottom of the board.
Yep.
What camera? What'd you say, Craig? Sorry. That's the Keegan camera. It's not picking up anything. That was me there.
Can we show him?
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get there someday.
That's the camera he's asking about.
Yeah.
He'll get there someday.
60.
Now, Desmond, when you were at the Cleveland Extravaganza, did you do any chalking?
I did just for not for actual games, but just to help.
I highly recommend if you're ever at a tournament and you have downtime, hop on a board and chalk. It's one of the best ways to learn outshots and what numbers to throw at a certain situation. Ted just settled in, man.
Yeah.
100.
Yep. Ted's starting to really find his rhythm here.
Ted's like, I want to get this done and get to bed.
Well, yeah, and we need to see something from Lucas or Sean to get them fired up. I think if one of them starts hitting consistently, it'll fire the other one up. They're both certainly more than capable of doing so.
81.
There you go. That's a good start. Yeah, Craig is one of his own biggest crickets when it comes to his own dart throw, but he's very consistent with what he does. He's about 50 to 55 average.
43. $140.
Oh,
Great
a
shot.
huge 140 right there from Ted.
To leave a nice outshot.
Yeah.
I love So, Desmond, what would you do with 134 with 3 darts in your hand?
I would go 20, cause triple 60 would
69.
leave
I apologize.
74?
74. Then I go 14s. But if I miss into the single 20, then I have 114. I'll just go
44.
Single 14 to leave the 100.
I'll give you something to think about. So
No,
you said
fine,
your
dude.
favorite
I don't
doubles
care.
are 17 and 18?
They're 16s, 18, yeah.
Okay, so you're a little unique as a left-hander because most left-handers like the double 10,
Yeah.
Yeah.
12.
Dad, you
But,
require 90.
134 goes triple 19, triple 19, staying in the wedge. That leaves 20, double 10.
Yeah.
And you stay at the bottom half of the board, so the transition's real easy, as opposed to going up and down.
All right, Ted looking at 90, going to the 18s route.
That's 72.
72 leaves 18.
Double 9. I don't think he understood what he had.
I think he got so zoned in on that hitting that trip 18, he was just going to keep doing it until he hit it.
He did.
Yeah. All right, Lucas looking to get him down to an out here.
$42. Greg, you require 18.
All right, double 9 for Craig. He's hit this before. Let's see if he can do it again. Ooh, just on the inside.
No
And
score.
he does bust that score.
Overachiever.
All right.
All right, Sean, just get him out shot.
And he's looking to put some pressure.
44.
It looks like Sean switched to the siege darts. So he's throwing ahead.
Ted, you require 18.
Ted's been killer on the doubles tonight. He's won lots of games for him. Don't want to go inside here. And he did that.
That's the commentator.
That is the commentator's curse right there.
Lucas, you
Don't want to do
require
that.
119.
Now, Lucas, throw the 19 first. Emphasis.
Yeah, always.
19 first. 3.
Yes, sir.
But he threw it the right way.
Yep.
Correct. That's a 29 score.
All right. At least he's able to call out his own shot. What a fantastic job right there.
144 here.
All right, both these guys on 2 dart combinations. There's the one.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I didn't know if that was a trip one.
That's
Oh, look at Craig. Ice in his veins.
Shot.
And folks, we are in the barn.
So Sean and Lucas are going to have to run the table.
Yeah, I'm never going to hear the end of this one. I cannot believe it.
All right, in the 8th leg, this time it's Lucas to throw first. All the best, game on.
All right, well,
So we can blame this loss on you because you gifted him a set of the Siege 1 barrel.
yeah, that's what it was. All right, Lucas with a big second dart right there.
81.
There you go.
Great start.
Yeah, that's how we do it. Let's get back.
Now, one thing is, whenever Lucas has had a big shot, Ted's come back and either matched it or double, almost.
Very
double.
true.
So
And we've seen the reverse happen too. Let's see what Ted can do here.
not a fan of Sean following Ted. I'd rather see Sean follow Craig.
Yep, and he hit a 90 of his own, so big dart right here. Look for that Sean's first dart. If it floats over to the 5, we're not going to have a good visit. There you go.
84.
Big dart right there for Sean Green. Big last dart. Nice average going here for this round.
Get that first leg. That's all you got to do.
60.
Craig's actually been very consistent the last few
That's
rounds.
the siege barrel for you, man.
Yeah, it's the darts. We're going to have to confiscate those before he gets back on the plane.
He better not put it on his carrier and make sure he checks it.
That's right.
22.
That's not a great visit there from Lucas, but right at it, though. We're going to see Ted, see if he can put some pressure on this 314. Drops down on that second dart there, trying to hit a cover shot.
43.
Big opportunity here for Sean.
Yep.
I'd be like, that's my age.
Because this is all about positioning for the out right here.
60.
That's solid.
Yep.
Oh my God, he did it.
That's good darts. That's
Three in the same wedge.
that,
I think we got
that's
him.
2 good visits right there from Sean back to back. And that's going to be key because it puts a lot of pressure on these guys to start doing something. If they know Sean's going to come alive and start hitting some stuff, it might put a little bit of pressure on that
That's
team.
the age I met my fiance.
Sean's definitely capable of if he gets back into actually throwing the dart again instead of placing it.
Yep.
He has the knowledge and the talent.
Well, look at this from Lucas. There you go.
85.
80, 81, 84, 60, 85. Only that lone 22.
Yep.
This is a solid round for these guys. Ted can come back and hit a 140, you know?
You never know. And these guys have struggled. They've got to hit that double to end with.
This
right?
might be the play. Make Ted laugh.
Yeah, make him laugh.
Get him off his game.
Make him giggle a little bit.
Don't talk about Darby County. They just avoided regulation.
That was a dig at Pops, man.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Out of nowhere. All right, Sean with another nice visit.
Leaves 110. That's a great leave. Craig's going to need at least a ton here.
$21.
That's not going to do it.
Lucas, you require 110.
$90 left, triple 18. I don't know where he was going.
Yeah.
42.
20 or 18. Those were
Yeah.
the options.
That's where he ends up.
So now Ted's going to hit a 180 for the watch.
You guys have a strong advantage right here.
$100. Sean, you require 68.
Triple 20, double 4. 53. 13 for tops. Leaves tops. That leaves this.
28 scores.
Yeah.
All right,
Greg, you require
Shanghai.
120.
Nope.
There we go. We're not going to have it right here, so that is going to give him a shot.
44.
All right, Lucas.
All right.
Let's look at tops.
You require 40.
Every long journey begins with that first step, right?
This is going to be very loud if he hits this.
Oh, dear. Double 10.
Double 10.
Yeah.
To John and Lucas, we don't got a whitewash, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Nice job, Lucas. Way to go, team.
It's almost like they won.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Congratulations, Sean and Lucas there.
Excitement over one leg. That's awesome. All right. It's the ninth leg. This time we got Ted throwing first, and it's cricket time. How the best game out.
Tim.
All right, Desmond, do you think that one leg's going to get them back into it? Or
This is the part when you throw, so we have content. I'm just kidding. That's a 4-mark.
yeah, I think if they play it out right and they keep acting this way and keeping real loose and loud, I think that's going to affect the Ted and Craig negatively. Uh-oh, what's going on? What? I love the confidence.
Sorry. It's a 2-mark.
Jason's so confident in all these guys that he's setting up for the.
Setting up for the interview. Yeah. When Sean and Lucas come all the way back here, we want to make sure we got space for them.
Yeah, what a melon. That's the 1-mark.
Yeah, it's fine. Either way, that's fine. Yeah. Yep.
That's a 4-mark.
Sean's getting loud.
All right.
I got some bad news for you, Sean.
Lucas back in the line, looking to get themselves back into this leg.
That's a 3-mark.
And that's the first step right there. Let's close down and let's get a wedge point.
Oh, we went for the double. The one thing you should never do.
Yeah, don't go for double.
No doubles in cricket, right?
Yep.
Unless it's for a win.
Yeah, unless it's for the win. That's a standing rule that we have here at the castle. No doubles in cricket.
Or if it's a soft hit board, because those things are huge.
Yeah.
That's big.
Woohoo! That's 1 mark.
Well, Desmond, you've played here at the castle. You've now almost completed commentating at the castle. What's your favorite thing to do?
Play.
Play?
Yeah.
It is? Is it because you sit next to me and you don't like talking to me? Is that what it is? Or is it Tim?
It's because you smell funny.
Yeah, that's right. I will say, Des, you are a fantastic young man, and I say that before I ask you this question. You've got 4 streaming companies here tonight. You've got To The Point Streaming. You've got Game Time Streaming. You've got Trippin' Darts. And you got Fatality Games. So let me ask you this. What is your favorite streaming company, and why is it To The Point Streaming? I'm just kidding. I would never put you on that spot. You are a credit to all these guys. You are a big reason why these guys are able to keep doing what they're doing. So please keep going, my friend.
Yeah.
Fantastic
I got a
work.
question for you. Who's your favorite streamer to beat and why?
Fatality game.
You like beating up on Craig?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this from Craig.
5 mark.
I wonder if
Come get him now.
so what happens?
He's got a visa.
Yeah, Sean asking for Ice to come pick up Craig.
Do it again. Just do it again. By Joel,
Oh, blind double bull.
We got something. That's a 5 mark.
There you go, right there. That's a beautiful 5 mark from
And
Mr.
it's not
Sean
over his
Green.
old fat lady Saint
Just
Jude.
throw
Yeah,
blind,
I'm
Sean.
just
Just
saying.
throw
Yeah.
blind.
At this point in time, for Sean's mind, it doesn't matter about the score. He just did that.
Billy O'Neill, Billy's bull, saw the first blind double bull on To The Point Streaming.
Oh.
It's a 2 mark. I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
All right, look, now you throw a blind double.
Yep.
There's a
Well,
double.
Yeah, and that is tie for points, and that
Takes
is
the
the
point
point lead. Yeah, if they could have done this in leg 3, we would be in a different score position right now. That's a beautiful look at the Siege 1 dart.
That's a 1 mark.
All right, hit another 5 mark, Sean.
All right, Sean. Just you don't have winning darts yet, but if you close in 19s, he did that.
That's a 1 mark.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, 20 to win the game.
It needs a 20 to win right here.
Game.
And he
There you
gets it.
go.
Match to Ted.
All right, congratulations, Ted and Craig. Trippin' Darts and Fatality Games. Congratulations on a huge win.
Congratulations.
I don't think any of us had 8-1. All right, Des, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for
Yeah.
taking time. Thanks for skipping your soccer game. A huge happy birthday to you, and a
Thank you.
huge happy birthday to Miss Eliana over there.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. It is great to see you. It's great to see your folks with you, too. But keep on going, all right? If
Yeah.
there's anything you need, if there's anything I can do for you, please just let us know right away, okay?
All right.
All right, sounds fantastic. I'm going to switch places with Tim, and we're going to get the folks over here, get the streamers over here. Okay, folks.
So while everything's getting set up, just let you know, head over to magicwear.com. Our Siege V2 and Siege V3 jerseys are available. Just go to Magicwear. You can hit that QR code on the screen. Big shout out to all of our sponsors, A to Z Darts, Hog Rock, On the Rocks, Billy O'Neill's. Thank you, Winmore, for with the board sponsors on the Blade 6 triple cores. Big shout out to Sideline Sports Pub, Magicwear, and one of our newest sponsors, Reed Sales and Music up in Lafayette. We greatly appreciate it. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of the way, and Jason's going to take over. Don't go nowhere.
folks, this is Jason. I am back with you, and I am joined by several different streaming companies, which is fun to see. Lucas, we're going to need you to scoot in. Everybody get a little bit closer there.
A little bit closer now.
There you go.
A little bit closer now.
You can get
We'll
closer
be
than
tripping
that.
now.
Well, first of all, let's get the congratulations out of the way. Big shout out, a big congratulations to Craig and Ted on winning tonight's event. Well done, fellas. If you would to reach forward, grab your trophies right there in front of you.
Aw.
Those are your Siege winning cups.
All right.
Aw.
Thanks, Sean.
I just found my new coffee cup.
Well, congratulations. It was a
Hard-fought
fantastic night. Well, let's start off with Lucas. All right, Lucas, you work for Game Time Streaming.
Yes, sir.
So give us a couple of sentences on Game Time Streaming, all about it if you can. And I know that you guys got an event coming up here pretty soon, so tell us about that if you can.
We have started ladies doubles event after we have done a singles championship. We've done a doubles championship, and now we are into a ladies doubles championship. We're in our second weekend of doing it.
Okay.
I'm not sure on the time that it starts, but we're always looking for ladies to come on the stream, throw, promote, not only darts in Michigan, but our lady throwers as well. So anybody listening in Michigan, since I'm looking at the camera, get a hold of us.
Yeah,
we want to see you.
So Game Time Streaming out of Michigan. What part of Michigan is it out of?
It is out of Derek's house in Holly, Michigan.
And Derek, you're referring to Derek Howard, who started Game Time Streaming.
Yes, sir.
And Derek, we've had Derek on the Siege here before, doing some commentary with us before. A fantastic young man.
Fantastic.
And that's, it's got to be said before anything else. You do a little bit of commentary work for Derek.
Yes, sir.
You enjoy talking about it. How do you like commentary versus playing?
Commentary is very more difficult because you're trying to entertain the crowd and trying to bring in more viewers, but you don't know if the viewers have any dart knowledge themselves or if they're a seasoned player.
Okay.
So it really helps to do your homework, tune into To The Point. Sean Green, my wonderful partner tonight. You got to kind of do your homework and see how you guys do it, to then put your own spin on it for your own stream. And it's kind of worked for us.
Yep.
But it is very, very difficult trying to commentate, not think what you're doing, not lose your professionalism, because no one wants to listen to a stream that's unprofessional. But I would say commentating very, very, very more difficult than playing. I'd rather play than commentate most times.
Now, Game Time Streaming as a whole, where would someone go to if they wanted to follow the stream and follow when you have events put on? Where can we find you?
Check us out on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, Game Time Streaming, black background with GTS in white lightering.
Yeah.
And then we are also on YouTube, same logo. Just hit the notification buttons when we go live, and then we'll see you. And if I'm commentating and see the names, chances are I'm saying hello to you and promoting any kind of stream out there. Jason, I've promoted your stream.
Yep.
Now I'm going to promote Fatality, Trippin', Birdman. You name the product. If it's a dart player, I'm promoting it. I try everything to just keep, the flow going. If we have a good flow, it seems to bring more people in. If it's dead air, who wants to listen to that, to be totally honest? So, and it's about having fun, too.
Ted, you've run Trippin' Darts now for about 4 years. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
What is your goal with Trippin' Darts? What is it that you want to achieve with what you do with Trippin' Darts?
Just to change the mentality of darts. It's not just a bar game. It's everybody's game.
Okay.
I would like people to just come, practice, ask for advice, just try to be better than your last dart. And I want it to be family-oriented. I want families to come in, hang out. It's for the most part, a pretty clean stream. We try to keep it that way.
Yep.
But, yeah.
Now, I got to work tonight with Desmond, who speaks very highly, quite frankly, of all three of you.
He's a sweet boy.
He speaks.
He's awesome.
He speaks very, very highly of you, Ted. Can you tell me a little bit about Desmond's growth? He's been playing with you for about a year and a half now, correct?
Yeah. He's I mean, he's getting better and better every time I see him. I haven't seen him as of late.
Yep.
Once in a great while. I understand people have lives. They got soccer games.
Sure. Birthdays, that kind of stuff.
Birthdays.
Desmond's going to be getting a little older here pretty soon, but I mean Desmond. The last time I played him, he played me hard.
Yep.
And I mean, I can play pretty good sometimes.
Well, we asked him on the interview, and he said he beats Craig all the time, but he's struggling. So I don't know, you know.
What does he say?
Yeah.
Finish him.
yes.
But no, I think he's a heck of a dart, and I can't wait to see him in another 4 or 5 years.
It's going to be fun to watch him.
Yeah, it is. It is. He's a terrific kid.
Craig, my fellow countryman.
Yes, sir.
Last Friday, you woke up, or you may not have gone to sleep, but you woke up in Leicester, England, right?
I did.
Tell us what happened after that.
It's still pretty surreal to me right now.
Yeah.
Very, very
Tell
surreal.
us about your life over the last week there. Greg.
I still got to pinch myself from time to time. So we flew out from Heathrow Airport Friday afternoon, sometime in the UK. And we got to South Carolina about 8 p.m. to your place.
Yeah.
We got to hang out with a bunch of the players on the ground board that I've met over the last couple of years.
Down in South Carolina.
Which was very, very surreal for me because I felt like I already knew these people.
Sure.
So it was kind of like just seeing someone you're not seen in a long time.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get together, it's like you shoot from the hip, and everyone knows each other. Everyone knows each other's habits. It was a great time, a very messy weekend.
Yeah.
Organized chaos, I think I said it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I had a great time, man.
Just to slow things down for you and to mellow things out, you decided to drive almost 1,000 miles north and come up here to Indiana.
Well, Ted did the hard part. I just had my feet up on the dashboard.
All right.
So Ted did all the heavy lifting. He says I drive on the incorrect side of the road. So he was not going to let me drive on the freeways over here.
For my own safety.
Exactly, yeah. I think for everyone's safety.
And Ellie's.
Yeah, we have to give a shout out and you don't excuse me, you don't deserve somebody like Ellie. She is some of the
I agree.
One of the
I
sweetest
agree.
people I've ever met.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
You need to take good care of that girl.
Yeah, you really do.
I try.
She is a fantastic young lady that you brought with you and has done all these miles and all this traveling that you've done. Ted, you're driving them all back to South Carolina tomorrow morning, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice 12-hour drive. Let's go.
But a question for all of you. Where is your stream or the stream that you represent? Where is it going to be a year or 2 years from now? Lucas, let's start off with you. Where do you see, I know you don't necessarily own the company, but you're a big part and a big contributor to the company. Where do you see Game Time streaming in a couple of years from now?
Oh, we're trying to branch out. We're trying to get different events, trying to get the Indiana players, the Ohio players, the Michigan players. We are trying everything to just branch out and, like Ted said, show that darts is a worthwhile sport and an awesome passion to have. And we just want to grow. So if we can use our huge networking tree and just get the opportunity to get in there, show them what we got, then we'll go. This year we got the 2025 State of Michigan soft tip dart tournament, and then we've also got some steel tip events also in Michigan. So we're willing to grow and travel and bring our show and show people that, hey, we're here, we want to share, and we want to do it with you. So
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, that is Game Time streaming, available on Facebook. Please give them a like, give them a follow. They are a credit to our streaming community. Ted, a couple years from now, Trippin' Darts, you have worked so hard to grow Trippin' Darts into what it is now. You've done a fantastic job. I have certainly admired some of your work and some of your work that you've done over the years. Where do you see it going? What do you want to do with it the next 2 years?
PDC tour card, obviously.
This year is just going to be layback. I decided not to be sponsored by a couple of people, and I just want to relax, go back to having fun, playing darts, and not worry about all that this year. So the remainder of this year is going to just come on in, have fun.
Yep.
Play darts. Sometimes there's some giveaways here and there, but that's not my focus. My focus is to have fun, play darts, and practice.
That's good.
That's what tripping darts is.
What do
about.
I do with my hands here?
In a couple of years, I mean, probably next year, I think I'm going to come up with some ideas and try to reinvent tripping darts, if you will, to make it a little different.
Okay.
I might even ask this guy for some advice.
Well, folks,
Don't do that.
Tripping Darts is available. It's available a little bit on Twitch, but it's mainly on Facebook. Am I correct?
Yeah, mainly on Facebook.
Okay.
I didn't have a lot of traffic on YouTube.
It is Tripping Darts, folks. So you see it right there on his shirt. Please give him a like, give him a follow anytime you get a chance. Ted, what nights do you like to stream?
Monday, Wednesday nights.
Monday and Wednesday
Eastern
nights?
Standard.
There you go. That fits in with our schedule perfectly. Craig, how are you, young man?
Very well.
You sir, are the newbie of the streaming world that we're doing. You've gotten off to a rocket start.
Yes, sir.
And that rocket start, quite frankly, as I followed you along, you do work with the local community center, right? You do work with youth darts and youth academies. You're fighting an uphill battle where you're in England, where soft tip is not very popular at all.
For sure.
All right? And you're playing on a grand board, so everything is stacked against you. But you've signed some sponsorship deals now. You've got your own shirts. You've got a wonderful supporting cast in Miss Ellie, who I was excited to meet, just getting over here. But you are doing some fantastic things in the streaming world. Where do you want to go in the next 2 years?
Well, I've seen like steady growth throughout the stream. I've been doing it for around 2 years or so. Where we end up, I'm not quite sure. You guys have opened up a whole new world to me, coming over to South Carolina and then to Indianapolis. So I'm trying to take everything on board and how you guys all do things, and maybe I can focus on making my own stream better. I'm never happy with how my stream turns out. I always feel like I can do better the next time. But I don't want to make it to a point where it's so serious that I'm not having fun doing it anymore.
Yep.
The whole reason I do it is to have a good time, and if people are having a good time shooting against me on the stream, then that makes it all worthwhile for myself. Everything else is secondary to me. The darts, as you can see, is very secondary to me.
I did not have a good time throwing against you tonight. I want to file.
I get lucky every now and again. Today was just luck was on my side, and Ted, definitely Ted.
Well,
his shoulders are killing right now.
Let me say this: it is Fatality Games. They have a much better looking logo now. You are signed with Deity Design,
yes,
which
sir.
is a local Indiana company that produces your shirts for you.
Yes, sir.
You got to meet Desmond today.
My hero, my absolute hero. You want to come over here, Desmond? Absolute pleasure.
Come say hi to Desmond.
Absolute pleasure, man, to finally meet you. It really was.
Yep. Big shout out to Desmond being here. Folks, if you're still tuned in with us, first of all, thank you. And thank you for being here. Thanks for giving us your Tuesday. We're not on next week. We're back the following week.
Can I give one shout out?
Yep. I'm going to come right to you, Ted. I'm going to come right to you.
What else do you want, Ted?
Yeah.
Wow. You're a whiner. You got the guy, I don't have fun, and then, let me give me the spotlight.
Let me just give a big shout out to all three of these streaming companies, and there's lots of other ones that are out there. Folks, these guys, they're not doing it for money. They are doing it purely just to promote the game of darts, and that's something that we got to admire. Before we leave, let's get to one more thing for each one of you. Give shout outs to the people that you want to give shout outs to. Please recognize those that have sacrificed to put you where you are today. I'm a big fan of each one of you. I really am. So, Lucas, who do you want to shout out, my friend?
My wife that is in the living room. She understands that, I got this crazy obsession with darts, and she can just kind of read my mood. And it's like, you're going downstairs after dinner, aren't you? And it's, yep, I am. And she is just great. She traveled tonight. She's a big, big part of, hey, I listen to your streams. I've got invited to other streams in Michigan. She was a huge fan of that. Huge shout out to her, and then huge shout out to Game Time and Derek for just saying, hey, you want to come commentate? And it was just like that. So hit the ground running, and thank you so much for the invite down, Jason. You know,
hey,
to the point
anytime.
streaming.
Anytime. Let's not forget your sponsor there on your shirt. They were in the chat today.
Monsters.
Yeah,
You need that Q-Soul, baby.
There you go.
Check out Monsters, and you know Sean Green, my partner. We may not, did anything worthwhile.
No, we did fine. You were great.
Nah,
I was terrible.
No, you two guys that I'm looking at, you guys have been huge. Homework, studying. Hey, what do they do great? How can I twist this? I cannot thank you guys enough for what you guys do. So thank you. And then of course my opponents
like
that
2 sentences about what we did great, and then you took all these other lessons.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Including you, Sean. Hey, it was cool. But hey, big thanks to Craig and Ted for coming up. Awesome guys. So yeah, I just.
All right.
That's all I got.
Sounds good. Ted, what you got for us? Big shout-outs.
I want to give a big shout-out to Gray's Darts for the darts that I was playing with tonight. I want to thank you so much. I tried them out for the first time tonight, and
well, they seem to work.
I don't always play.
Darts.
I don't always play steel tip, but no.
Yeah, we saw that tonight.
But they feel pretty good in my hand, and I want to thank Craig for bringing those to me, and Gray's Darts. Thank you. Also, I want to thank my wife and all of the fans of Trippin' Darts. You guys are the whole reason I do what I do. Without you guys, Trippin' Darts would be nothing. It'd be some old guy standing at the line throwing darts. So
are they Amish darts?
Yes, some of them
Okay.
are Amish.
Amish darts.
That's a shout out to John Mills, man.
Let's
John
go,
Mills.
Millsy.
But yeah, I just love y'all, and thank you for being a big part of Trippin' Darts.
Thank you for your time.
And thank you very much for what you're doing.
It's been a pleasure to meet you. It really has, Ted. Craig, it's all
Yes,
on
sir.
you, my friend.
Sorry, say that
It's
again.
all on you, my friend. Who you need to shout out and thank? I'm sure there's
Well,
been
of
a lot
course,
people.
the lovely Ellie Smith.
Yes.
Without her, I wouldn't be here today.
Well,
So-
I'm just happy she came because she's now my Facebook friend.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, it's
Progression.
official.
He's going to be sliding into the DMs.
She's my Facebook friend, too.
Yeah.
All right, behave.
we are.
If it wasn't for her, and I didn't have her support doing it, then I wouldn't be doing what I was doing.
Yep.
She's so laid back, so placid about what I want to do darts wise. So if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I was. And the viewers, as Ted alluded to, if it wasn't for the viewers, I'd just be staring at a wall talking to myself. And that's only fun for about 5 minutes.
I do it a lot. I don't know what you guys aren't doing it right.
I want to give a special shout out to everyone who supported the page from the start up until today. We've not been doing it long, almost 2 years, and the following's been incredible. I want to give a special shout out to Ted, Trippin' Darts and his family for having us over in South Carolina, and I want to give a special shout out to the Point Streamer for having us on the Siege as well. Without you guys, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Without saying, yeah.
So I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful.
You're welcome.
We be tripping.
Yeah, you're welcome. Not Lucas. Lucas tried. You're welcome.
All right, folks. Well, we are done here tonight. Thank you so much for staying with us tonight. We appreciate y'all. If you get a chance, please visit the sponsors. Please let them know that we sent you there. And we will see you back in 2 weeks. To all the streaming companies out there, we're not in competition. We all support each other, and I love that side. Love that side of our community. So let's just keep it going. That market is huge, and we'll just all work together, and we'll do whatever we can to bring darts out to the people. So from Jason Ives, Sean Green, Tim Neal, and Keegan Ives, thank you for joining us tonight. That is The Siege, and we are a wrap. Have a great night, guys.
I'm